Right, guys, Rotten Politics sent me this utter disaster earlier that features GMB hosts going full health passport mad, attacking guests but using a bit of common sense. Unfortunately, Piers Karen Morgan wasn't involved in this one. He might have flown to the Dominican Republic or something this week after his Christmas trip because he's not on the show. Either that or they've binned him, which I find highly unlikely. Instead, we had Ben Shepherd and Kate Garraway leading the propaganda line and doing a piss poor job of it in the process. Hopefully, many of their brain-dead sheeple would have spotted it during the show also. Now, in my mind, they both got exposed as the hacks that they are in the two short clips that I will show you by Dominique, who, like most people, thinks domestic vaccine passports are about 2 steps from full-blown 1940s, and obviously demands obscene papers, please. This is nothing good. Ben Shepherd was the first to expose himself as the disingenuous fuckpig that we knew him to be, by ignoring almost everything that the guest said and babbling on about some international vaccine passports that everyone knows is out of our hands. He literally has nothing to attack her with that doesn't make him look like a bit of a tit, but that does not stop him because, let's be honest, he's not far off the level of tosspot that Piers Karen Morgan is. At least Ben Shepherd is not implicated in the hacking of dead 13-year-old girls' phones though, I guess. Piers Morgan has to own that shit every day. Now, Ben's logic for domestic health passports is that some countries require a vaccine before you travel to it, which is beyond irrelevant to what is even being discussed, before you get into the plain stupidity of it. If you ask me, he knows his argument is completely piss weak and he's just flapping his way through it, trying to use the emotional angle as per usual. Here, take a listen to the short clip yourself that was posted by The Express. It really tells you all you need to know about this worthless tosspot.
I mean, that's not my point, though. That's completely irrelevant to what I was saying.
But the perspective, Dominique, I guess the perspective is, if you do choose to travel to those countries, if you want to make that choice, there are certain requirements that you're expected to do to go there. And that's something that we've all lived with for many, many years, and we've got very used to this. This is a very new experience for all of us. It's a very new vaccine, and we can understand people's reticence to take that vaccine. But the principle is still the same, isn't it?
Well, no, because there's a difference between having to go to another country and having requirements for going there. You can't control what other countries do.
But all of a sudden, but if we're in a, Dominique, if we're in a country, but we're in a country now that has a very virulent virus that is killing people. We're in a country that is devastating families, and it has caused all sorts of problems for the economy, for families, for life as it is. So suddenly we have one of those viruses in this country, which we haven't had previously.
I mean, yeah, but that's completely different. I mean, one of the issues with international travel is the fact that it's allowed new variants to come into the country. We should obviously have border control, and you can't control what other countries do. And look, I understand that the virus has really impacted people's families, but the fact of the matter is that most people who catch coronavirus recover from it and do not die. We can't base our whole society on being scared of a virus that most people actually do recover from.
Well, there you have Ben Shepherd, the disingenuous fuckpig, talking absolute shit once again. But I will say well done to Dominique for getting in the simple fact that this virus does not affect 99% of people. So obviously it should not be changing anything that we do in society. The GMB hosts here are an utter disgrace, I'm sure you would agree, and that is reinforced in the next clip I'm going to show you, where Kate Garraway pipes up talking some bullshit about there being consequences for those not taking the vaccine, before having to wind her neck right in and admit that her guest is right before the end of the clip. Now, the Express article itself that I took this clip from claims that Kate Garraway shut down Dominique, but as you will see, the clip shows something very different. Kate Garraway herself gets shut down when Dom uses their own claims about the vaccine against them. So not only is Good Morning Britain disingenuous, but the Express is yet again talking shit to promote the mainstream media narrative. Here, take a listen for yourself.
Vaccine, and there are many people that don't want to take vaccines.
You're only being asked to take it if you want to do that activity. I mean, I understand the point you're driving at. There are people that are fearful of the vaccine. There are people that don't want to take the vaccine. But, you know, we're in a situation where we're all having to do things we'd rather not do. We don't want to stay at home. We don't want to be in lockdown. A lot of people don't want to wear masks. A lot of people don't want to do all sorts of things. We'd love to go and see our loved ones. We can't. We'd like to visit people in hospital. There are many, many sacrifices that people are making. And the argument would be that if you choose not to have the vaccine, that is your choice, but it has consequences.
Well, no, there shouldn't be any consequences because that is someone's individual decision that they have made.
But freedom
And
comes with
let's be honest,
responsibility, doesn't it,
Finish
Dominic?
this point. Can I just finish this point?
Of course.
Let's be honest, there isn't this scourge of people that are rejecting vaccines, which is what people are trying to make out to warrant this kind of vaccination passport fanaticism. Most people who are offered the vaccine actually take it. So those that don't take the vaccine when offered it won't even make that much of a difference. And we don't even know whether or not the vaccine in itself stops transmission. So this idea that this is magically going to stop people from passing it on doesn't even make any sense.
That's a fair point.
Now, if you ask me, Good Morning Britain should be having words with Kate Garraway about her claiming there will be consequences for those who refuse the vaccine. This is an unbelievable statement to make and will actually turn people who support the vaccine against her. Obviously, it was likely not her intention, but given her bullshit comments and how quick she got shut the fuck down, it shows she's nothing more than a sock puppet spouting bollocks. I guess that explains why she works for ITV and Good Morning Britain.